What if I just got up and finally did it? And so I did. I was sitting in bed, watching other artists do the thing and adding their videos into another Instagram reel folder that would likely collect cyber dust. And the thought came to me, I want to do that. I want that. I need that. So I grabbed a pen. Number 1, make my shitty space workful, likable. Number 2, find a job that I like and need to support my ideas and dream. 3, make this video. 4, post. Actually, scratch that. I need to do this first or I won't do the others. Okay, so that video obviously never happened. Now we are 7 months into the year and I didn't follow through with what I said. So this is the start of me following through. I don't necessarily know what I'm going to be posting about, but I thought I'd do a little 10-minute diary series in regards to my mid-20s and just kind of talk about how I'm feeling, what I'm up to, and yeah, so the place where I'm at currently is getting hit with a heat advisory, so it's about 100 degrees, and so I'm kind of just under this very, very small tree trying to get as much shade as I can. I've been here for about 6 years now, 4 years in my undergrad, 4.5 years from my undergrad, 1.5 years working here. It feels really weird to know that my 18-year-old self had come here and didn't know what she really wanted, and now I'm 24 and I still don't know what I really exactly want, but I feel a lot more confident in who I am. I've been feeling a little unsatisfied with how I'm living my life currently. I love the people that I work with. I've met a lot of amazing people here, but I feel like there is something more out there for me. And I feel like the time that I've done here has been enough, 6 years. And my body has been telling me it's been wanting to move for a while. You get that antsy feeling, but also your head or your anxiety is kind of stopping you from doing it. But if there's one thing that I say a lot is do it scared. There's a lot of things that I've done and I've gained so much experience from because I've done it scared. And it's not easy. It's very daunting at first. There's a lot of anxiety that comes with it. But then you meet a lot of great people. You find out different parts of yourself. That's what I've done here. I feel like my story here in the chapter here, where I've been for 6 years, is done. And maybe I'll come back to it. Maybe I'll open the page again. But now I know that it's time for me to go. And so I'm heading to New York soon, in about a month. I'm prepping. I'm selling a lot of my stuff. And I don't think I could get a U-Haul and pack all my stuff and then drive across state, multiple states. That would just be, 1, really expensive. And then 2, if I'm a shitty driver here, I don't know how well I'd do in New York, especially with a U-Haul. I remember my first time getting a U-Haul. The seat would just not adjust, so I could barely touch the pedals, and I'm short. And I almost hit a car because I couldn't stop in time because my seatbelt had restrained me. I could not push my body forward in time to hit the brakes, and so, oh my God, it was terrifying because this car, obviously no stop sign. I had stopped the stop sign, so I had to stop. But I couldn't, and they gave me a nasty look for good reason. And so I just felt really bad, and I don't think I could do that across states. So that's sort of the plan, and then I'd start all over in New York, which is exciting. I mean, financially, I don't know how smart that is, but I'll probably do a lot of Facebook Marketplace, and I'm trying to schedule out when I should order my mattress so that I at least have a mattress when I move or when I arrive, because I'd hate to sleep on the floor. before I go into anything deeper, I thought I would explain more on my feelings and thoughts and the why I never posted that 30-second video at the beginning for almost a year now. And I'm sure a lot of you are going through this, but the idea that you have to have a perfect product to show to the world, or that if it's like not good enough, it's not worth showing. I was scrolling through TikTok and getting a lot of videos of like, it's okay, don't be hard on yourself, and it's okay if you took a rest day and all that stuff. And I was like, I've had so many rest days, to the point where I forgive myself for sitting on my phone for 6 hours, and that's not okay. I feel like I should not be on my phone 6 hours when I have so much time in the world to be creative and to communicate and connect with people around the world. And I'm like, Molly, it's time to stop telling yourself to rest and tell yourself to do something because you are miserable. I find that when I'm not creating and when I'm not putting something out, the way I feel about myself and the way I feel about others succeeding is kind of horrible. And there's this great quote. You know what? I'm going to pause and I'm going to find that quote for you guys. Okay, so I found the quote, and it's by Marie von Franz. She says, "People who have a creative side and do not live it out are most disagreeable clients. They make a mountain out of a molehill, fuss about unnecessary things, are too passionately in love with somebody who is not worth so much attention," and so on. There's a kind of floating charge of energy in them which is not attached to its right object, and therefore tends to apply exaggerated dynamicism to the wrong situation. And a part of me, if not all of me, really resonated with that quote, being the creative person who is not putting their energy in the right object. And it comes out in really nasty ways that I recognize and I don't really like about myself. For example, I have amazing artist friends and they're doing so many things, and I see them succeeding on Instagram, and I'm jealous of that. I'm jealous of the fact that they completed something and they shared it and they're getting recognition for it, and their tenacity and drive to continue to create, and my inability to do the same, and that's just my brain telling me that I'm not capable of doing it. But I know I am capable of it, and it's gonna be uncomfortable, but I have to push myself to just do it. And I came across this video of this woman who was explaining the exact same way that I was feeling, being like jealous of people's drive and tenacity and just the courage to do it. And she was like, this was the mantra that I came up with and that I kept telling myself over and over. And that is, sorry, there's a little mini spider on me. Okay, let me say that again. So the mantra is, I think it's so beautiful that you're able to walk through life with your hands out. I so look forward to the day that I can do the same. A prayer over my life and existence that I soon will have the same quality. And thank you so much for showing me that it's possible. So I can't remember who I am taking that mantra from. If any of you know where that is from, please credit her. I watched the whole video and it was just very inspiring, and it felt very validating, and that I could do something about this horrendous feeling that I don't like, I adore my friends and I love my friends deeply, but it's just, sometimes you just don't have control over the feelings that come out, You can control how you act upon it, but you can't control if it's in your head, if those are thoughts that just pop in your head. Anytime I feel an inkling of jealousy, I always have to read that mantra and tell myself, I am just as capable, and thank you for showing me that it's possible to do it. Showing appreciation for them and not jealousy, because jealousy can turn into hatred, and I would hate to ever feel that way towards any of my friends. I say this all to say that I wanted to start because even if this is not perfect, and even if it's not as great as I wanted it to be, I know that I've finally put myself out there and I've finally created something and that it's out there. I'll continue to sort of check in and do my 10-minute diary entries once a week, maybe twice a week if I feel so ambitious. But we'll see how this first video goes. So going back to what I was saying before, I'm moving to New York. I have a place already in Brooklyn. I'll be living with 3 girls. They seem wonderful so far, and I'm so grateful. There's an ant on me. I seem to have a lot of luck in finding great roommates. Thank you, world, for looking out for me. One of them is gonna make like a little dinner, and I thought it was just so sweet. And I'm so excited to meet them and explore New York. Also have a serving job. I'm hoping that I'll continue to just create content and then serve and then build a community out there. I would love to do community nights out at like different parks. One of my thought processes, like putting up paper flyers of a Google form to sort of get like community feedback of what they would like to see, what they would like to do, and then also maybe join a gardening club. I don't have the greenest thumb, so just sort of building community out there. That's sort of it. I think I'm gonna end this video. It is extremely hot out right now, so it's a little insane of me to do this recording outside, but I thought there was no other way but to do it outside so that I can just hurry up and film, and this is the pressure that I needed to get this done. And it's so beautiful regardless of the heat. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time, and stay safe. Love ya.